About 12 hours ago, Google released the Gemma 4 model, and if you look at the benchmarks, the model is looking really promising. With just 26 billion parameters and 4 billion active parameters, it's competing with 397 billion parameters model from Qwen 3.5, which is absolutely insane. On paper, both of these models are looking really great, and I will be testing them against each other today. So here is my plan. I will be using two models in this comparison. The first one is Gemma 4, 26 billion mixture of expert, 4 billion active parameters model, and I will be comparing it with Qwen 3.5, 35 billion parameters model with 3 billion active parameters. For the comparison, I'm going to give each model a very detailed prompt in which it has to create a full working application with front end and the back end. The model also has to take care of database, integration, and the communication between the front end and the back end. All of this in a single run. For a local model, that is a lot of work, and we will see how these models perform. I have a blank project here, and I gave this model a prompt to build a user management application. It will have authentication, login, user registration, along with complete CRUD operation of the user. It will also involve sending data to the database, handling migration, and working on front end and the back end. This is a prompt that will really push these models to their limits, and we will see how they break and where they fail at tool calling, because these are the most important things we should be evaluating when comparing model for agentic coding. So it started really well. It gave me very good implementation plan and then the folder structure, but then it got stuck in a loop. Here you can see the model keeps executing the same commands again and again. The folder structure is already created, but it has been trying to create it for past 30 minutes. Alright, I'm back with another update. After the last correction, it got stuck in the loop again, so I thought let's try the OpenCode CLI instead. And I let it run for a while, but it got stuck again. So at this point, I decided to switch to Cloud Code to see if this is just a tool calling issue or the compatibility problem with OpenCode itself. I gave it one last try, and unfortunately, the model got stuck again, writing the same file over and over. I think I have seen enough. This model, as of now, is simply not capable of working reliably with agentic tools. This is the reality with the version I am currently using. So let me interrupt it and try something else. I have a small UI design that I want to give the model and see if Gemma 4 can at least create a UI from an image. The model came back with the result, and I copied the output into the index file. Looking at it, so this is not one-to-one match. If you look closely, the side menu is missing, the bottom menu is missing, and the user dropdown is also missing. The chart is different from the design. So yes, there are multiple issues in this UI. But honestly, that is not the main thing I want to focus on. The biggest takeaway from this comparison is how much detail the model was able to capture. That is the most important. Because when you are working with local models, it is very common for them to generate something that is not exactly identical to the original design. Most of them will do that. So instead of asking, did it match perfectly, the better question is, how much detail did it understood and preserve? So with that in mind, let's go back to Qwen 3.5 and see how the model performs. And here is the result from the Qwen 3.5. As you can see, the model did a better job capturing the smaller details. Yes, there are still differences and it is not perfect, but overall the color accuracy was better and the level of detail it captured was better than the Gemma 4. So if I'm judging these models, especially for UI design, I would give Qwen 3.5 an advantage here. Now to save time, I have decided to run code directly in Cloud Code. The reason for that was simple. In the previous run, we were seeing simple tool calling issues in OpenCode. So I do not want to interfere with the actual evaluation. So I switched back to the Cloud Code, connected with the local environment and started running the application there. So I'm running Cloud Code for past 30 minutes or so, and it asked me a couple of permissions, and after some time the tasks were completed. Once that was done, I asked it to test the backend APIs and generate a report. It ran the full backend API test suite. I opened the website and created a user. I was able to create or register a user successfully, and the login functionality was also working. The authentication flow is completely working, and I have tested that. The last thing that I want to test was the dashboard functionality, listing of the users, deleting the users, filtering the users, and even creating a user. So everything was working perfectly apart from the edit functionality. And we can easily ask the model to fix that, but this is the what I got from very first run. So at the end, here are my final thoughts about these two models. I really believe these two models are really great, especially the Gemma 4 model. I know this model was having issues with tool calling and it was stucking in the loop. This is a known issue. I checked online. A lot of people were having the same issue. So I guess Google will come up with the release where they will fix that issue. I still believe these two models are really great, and the benchmarks numbers that Gemma 4 is claiming, those are really great for local development. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. If you do, please like and subscribe. Thank you.